Hello everybody, and welcome back to City Skylines, where I still haven't been able to see your comments on this yet. It's gonna be another, after this episode, another one episode before I'm able to see this. I usually don't work ahead like this, but right now I am, just to try to buy myself some extra time. So that is, fine, I guess. So we're just going to continue leaving this as is. Unfortunately, that means that we can't currently expand this quadrant until I get those comments. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll just go with that. For now, we're going to do a one-way road. Hang on, this is going the wrong direction here. We'll flip that. Excellent. That's much better. Let's actually check. Yeah, that definitely helps our police department and fire department get down there. That's great. I do want to check, do we have access to the road maintenance depot yet? No, we don't. Okay, that is fine. So we're going to continue to expand this. We could put a ring in over here that would be like residential here and then into commercial here as a buffer. I think I'm going to hold off on that though. We can fit one more ring out here before I think we start having too much efficiency loss from our centralized service buildings in the center. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to bring this road out, like so. And we'll find our connector point there. It is here. That's great. This one is going to go this direction. I believe we have it curve here. Yes, this is correct. So we put it in like that. Let's check our water situation for that. Okay, that's going to need a little bit of work, but we know that we need a road here, right? So that's fine. And of course, we get more and more space taken up as we get further and further, but I think that this is going to be the final ring of this particular hub. We will be building additional hubs. The question is where. Down here is a decent spot for one. And the question is, do I want to abandon the concept of not having the hubs connected? Maybe the hubs can, grow together. That might be the concept. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. For now, we are going to have a one-way road here going this way and a one-way going like that. Now, there's no connection over here, and that's to be expected for right now. And we are going to perhaps expand this, but I think for now we need to work on this water situation. So we'll bring this water line up to here and this water line down to here. We are going to need a connection over here, and we'll have to do signage for that. That's fine. And we will go ahead and bring this out to here, and we'll connect this in, I think. Yeah, at this point we do have to every other one. So that'll be fine. And we'll just have this come in basically right here and then into here. Fantastic. That means that this area down here can be zoned. And so we shall. Wonderful. And we need a little bit of cash to create our situation up here. And I think here will be fine, and then we'll put it in over here. Excellent. So that, of course, means that this area can now be zoned residential as well. At what point do we start getting the dense zonings, is the question. And yeah, we have landmarks and park. Or is that parks? That's just landmarks. Yeah, unique buildings available. I usually don't go too much into those. I find that they're not, strictly speaking, necessary. Maybe nice things to have, I suppose. We can definitely zone a little bit of commercial over here. We've got some space for that. So that's wonderful. We can also zone a little bit of commercial up over here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. This can be residential. We're going to hold off on anything in this quadrant for now until after next episode, as I said previously. So that'll be fine. I do want to check how our services are doing way out here, and that's actually looking about perfect. So I think this is going to be our maximum hub extent for now anyway. I like it. So this should say some of the demand over here. Let's go ahead and do our signage over here on these junctions. We want to yield here and here. And then we want to yield here. And then we want to yield here. And then this one would not require a yield sign. Fantastic. Ah, we haven't done this one. So this one would yield here, and then this one would yield here. For some reason, I thought we had done that, but no, we definitely did not. I'm just going through and checking for any additional yields that are necessary. That one is. Anything else up here that we need? This should be priority. Like that. Excellent. I think that is almost everything. That should be yield for sure. This should be yield. And then this would be yield. Wonderful. Oh, hello. I actually wasn't expecting to get this right now, but I mean, I suppose it makes sense. We have been expanding a lot. So we have access to policies at this point, new services. Okay, we're not too worried about any of that right now. New roads available, sure. New canals, new fences. Anything major? Parks are available at this point, which also gives us a standard parking garage, of course. And we'll have to see if that becomes necessary or not. And this is just a disgusting mess up here. Okay. So we do definitely need to expand over this way. I'm going to do the road work for now, and we didn't actually unlock too much for services, although I suppose we could try to cram a park in here. That's going to be pretty complicated, I think, even if we do like a small park. Like, I don't know what the smallest level of park is. Like, a bouncy castle, maybe? That's a pretty small one. Yeah, that's going to be difficult to cram into that shape. For sure. I suppose we could, however, put it in over here. That's a lot of space, now that I look at it. What about a carousel? That's a lot of space, too. Okay, fair enough. I mean, we probably should do some leisure, and the question is, how exactly do we want to do that? We could stack the medical clinic and the fire station, maybe, into the same location. The circle makes that hard. Yeah, for sure. Could the police station be moved up over this way somewhere? Yes, actually. We'll do that. That will allow us to put in a park over here. Nice. Fantastic. They're driving through the park. Okay. So we've got ourselves a park there now. That is wonderful. And we're going to come in over this way, and I think we're going to continue to expand this. So we're going to grab our curve tool, and we're going to bring this out. Where is this? This is here. Okay. So we're going to bring this out to, I believe, this one? No, one more. This one. Yeah, this is correct. I think. Definitely. This is definitely correct. Okay, so we bring that in there. That is fine. And then we would, of course, need our diagonal road here. Like so. And then we'll do another one of these. And that would go here, I believe. That's actually, I think, a little close. That's 360, yeah. So we actually want it to be here. And I'm not using the freeform tool. We're going to have that come down to here. This would take out this rock. I keep coming back to, do I care? I wish there was a way that we could do this without destroying the rock and then just shorten the road. That's a very complicated thing to do, though. You'd have to, like, find the exact correct angle to do it from and have it come in, like, almost like this, but that's not quite the right angle there. Yeah, it's very complicated, for sure. The rocks are in the way. I don't know how much we care about rocks. At any rate, what we can do is we can go up here, and maybe we'll just ignore this for now. until after next episode, when I should have the answer from you guys on this, in theory. Yeah, I know we can build canals. We're not going to build canals. I can tell you that right now. We do need a two-way road up this way. Hello, what is that? Is that a rock? That's a tiny little rock! Very rude. I don't think we care about that rock. And then we'll build our one-way road in like that. Excellent. Okay, so, I mean, we're making progress here. That's for sure. And this is going to have one more, yeah. We might be able to cram in one additional. Now, this is, of course, going to remove our power line. I'm dumb. I intended to use the curve tool. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so we're going to bring this up to here and in like that. That works well. Fantastic. And there is some issues here with the power line. But the power line will, of course, be modified as we expand out that way. So that's great. Excellent. Yeah, that is definitely functional. So let's go ahead and build one more out here. This is going to have to expand up this way. Yeah, I know I can build a park area. I know. And then we're going to bring that out here and bring that in like that, except that this is actually going to be going the opposite direction, which for now will make this section useless, of course, because it's one way there. Yeah, I know I can build an industry area too. I'm aware that these features exist. Okay, so we're going to bring this out to, I think, here. Yes, this looks correct. And we don't even have to redo our power line. Would you look at that? Is it not beautiful? I like it. Okay, so we're going to bring that in like so. So we could definitely have some of this outer section here belong to the residential area. We could rezone some of this commercial, in theory. But I do want there to be a pollution buffer there. That is the idea behind that. What we definitely need to do is take this straight line out, and that did actually break our power line. We can simply do that, though. And that will fix the issue for now. It will not fix it permanently, I can tell you that right now. Now, we could bring this out here. I don't like to do this beforehand, because it seems to slightly break the curve, and I'll show you what I mean by that. We bring this down in the curve tool, down like this, and then we're just like, well, I mean, sure, but it's space already occupied. If we try to bring it in like this, then I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to form the curve. Like, it's not exactly correct, right? And that's why I haven't been doing that just yet. We'll get there once we have an answer on the state of these rocks. I kinda hate this, though. It's not kinda. I truly objectively hate it. I hope you guys don't make me keep it. Oh, that's gonna be exciting. So we can do a little bit of water work out here. That'll be fine. We can bring this out and this out. We can bring this out to here. And this connection, we can actually do this. This would be 200 here. And we connect it in like this and like this. And then we connected this in like so and like, well, we'd actually need to adjust this slightly. So we bring this up to here like that and then connect that in like that and then connect this up here. There we go. Fantastic. And then this will come out another 200 straight. Can we get perfectly straight here? What's that angle saying? It's very hard to read that angle, but I don't believe that that's perfectly straight. It is not. Okay. We would need to be like here. Yeah, that's straight. Excellent. And then we would need to bring that out another 200, like so, and connect that in here. Okay, so something along the lines of that. Things definitely get a little bit funky, but it's okay. It is okay. Yeah, overall, I think this is decent. There's another rock up here that we're going to struggle with if we don't just plow straight on through it. Let's see, it would end up looking something for the final circle like this. So you can see we would just plow straight through that rock. I hope you guys are just like, yeah, screw rocks. No one likes rocks. But shorelines, I'm committed to leaving as untouched as possible. I say as I have a water pumping station on the shoreline. Excellent. What's going on over here? Not enough educated workers. How's our school doing? Do-do-do. Okay, it's actually getting close to maxing out. I want to look at our education status here. We may need a second school outside of the circle up here. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I was kind of thinking maybe like one per quadrant earlier, which is something that we could theoretically do. And if we're not going to expand this hub any further, then that means that at this point, we can fill in all of this area out here, which I am okay with. If they build right here, that's probably, well, that might end up getting taken down. Maybe. We don't actually know that. How are we doing on power? We're doing okay. We could definitely use a power expansion sometime soon. But now, I think, is not the time for that. I think I'm definitely going to zone residential up here, like this. And I'm thinking strongly about maybe making some changes over here. But first, I want to do some signage in places where we don't have any. This should definitely be yielding. There we go. And we shouldn't have some signage up here. Yeah, that one's missing. We're going to need a yield sign there. We're going to need a yield sign here. And a yield sign here. And a yield sign here. Driving on these streets would be kind of annoying. And that's kind of the point. I want to encourage them to utilize the circles as much as possible. Yield sign here. Yield here and here. Yield here. This would be a yield. This one would be a yield. This would be a yield. This would yield. Is that everything? It's close anyway. I probably missed a few, but yeah. We'll go ahead and let that go. And let's do speed limit, shall we? I'm actually thinking about bumping up the circle speeds to 60. With all of this residential here, what could possibly go wrong? I don't know. Maybe we should keep it at 40 in the circle and then have this out here be slightly higher speed just to make maximum confusion for why the yield signs are the way they are. Oh, that would be hilarious. That'd be absolutely hilarious. I think I'm going to leave it be for now and just think about how I want to structure that. I mean, I do want the traffic circles, the giant traffic circles, to have priority, right? I think that that would definitely be a good sign, or a good thing to be doing anyway. The question is about the speed limit, because this is... I'm actually leaning towards having these be 40 and these ones be higher, the straight lines. The problem with that, of course, is that the straight lines yield. We could change it, but I also don't want to. This would be a very annoying town to drive through, and maybe that's the point. Just trying to encourage people to use mass transit once we get it. Yeah, I kind of like it. So once we get this hub completed, then we will start work on another hub, and I'm thinking the center of that one might be right here. I don't actually mind the hubs intersecting. I think that that's kind of a cool sci-fi design concept. I don't hate that. But I would definitely want it to be just kind of like its own place, and then they just intersect with these straight lines, not necessarily being a direct connection. There's not enough room here for 2 hubs, and I know that. So that would be very interesting. We could have this be like a partial hub, and then it connects in up this way. And then we could expand maybe down here and put another hub across the river. That'd be pretty neat, I think. Yeah, I don't hate that. What do they need over here? Educated workers. Sure, do we have access to high schools? Hang on. Oh, we do. We have access to high schools. No wonder we're having issues. We should have a high school. So how much does that cost? 24,000. We basically have the money for it right now. We need to decide where we want to put it. And I'm kind of leaning towards having it in like this overflow ring out here. This would be like the overflow services ring. Anything that can't fit in here starts to go out here. Excellent. So we can see here that our elementary school is doing okay. Our high school, this should be more than enough for this hub, in theory. Looks like we have some desire for a little bit of commercial and industrial zoning. I do want to check to see when we get the dense zones. I know it's fairly early on. It's not tremendously early on. Actually, we would need to be over here. We do get a new area at 2200 pop. That's fine. Cemeteries, oof. Advanced wind turbines is good. Geothermal as well. Disaster response units, post offices. Yeah, that sort of thing is all well and good. I'm mostly checking for when we get the dense... The dense zoning. Is that all the way at 6,000? Yes, it's at 6,000. Okay. So we have to expand the old-fashioned way until then, of course. So we're going to just put in a commercial section over here, and we will rework, as this gets built up, we will rework our power lines here. And let's just fill out this industrial area over here as well. And we'll see what that does to demand. Now, we are starting to run out of residential room over in this quadrant, and we're going to have to put stuff up in this quadrant up here. But we only have one more episode before I can hear from you guys on what's going on up here. I'm leaning towards making an executive decision. But I made a promise, and I'll keep it. So yeah, that high school is doing quite well. I'm very happy about that. The elementary school appears to be doing reasonably fine as well. Fantastic. And more rocks over here causing issues, and there will be more rocks over here as well that we need to keep in mind. And yes, before you yell at me, I know that you've already responded to me most likely by the time you see this video. However, this problem wasn't run into yet. When I'm recording from your perspective. Why am I circling this? I have no idea. But this issue hasn't been run into yet from your time frame when I'm recording this. Time travel is weird. So yeah, I'm just waiting. We do have a pretty big residential demand right now. And I'm kind of thinking... Well, we can actually put in some residential up here, and we can put in temporary residential over here. It'll probably get demolished at some point, but we can put it in up here and just let it go for now. That'll be fine. We could also downgrade these highways if we really wanted to. I'm just noticing these guys just sitting here. They're parked. That's an interesting place to park. Why are they parked here? They're walking and going to Dino Oil. So they parked here to go up over here. I feel like we might need that parking garage. That's pretty exciting. I can see that there are cars parked. I mean, there's not really all that car parking density up here, right? They could have parked up over this way. There's spots for car parking over here. This is not a two-way street, so they can't park on this side of the street, right? But actually they can. Look at this. There's lots of parking space up here. I don't know why they parked over here. Very strange. Are we running the improved parking AI? Let's check here. Is that on? Let's see here. Advanced vehicle AI is on. More realistic parking is on. Okay. So that's the thing. Sure. We're still lacking educated workers over here. We're pumping educated workers out now at this point, though. So that's good. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to realize that there is a bit of a garbage issue beginning here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.